Hi, this is Jim, and this is Second Chance, a Moped podcast. And welcome everybody to Second Chance Moped Podcast. We're here. I can't believe this shit. 100. I cannot believe this. Here's a little secret that I have for everybody in the audience. I always knew I was going to do 100 because I'm a stubborn fucking Norwegian. That's what I am. I'm going to rewind a bit. I'm going to gather my thoughts. Hold on. I almost died there. 100 episodes in, I almost died. That's what I get for trying to be serious about anything in mopeds. Oh my goodness. I gotta take like a second, folks. I ain't editing shit out, but I gotta stop. And we're back after my near-death experience. I have done 100 episodes, and I was trying to do something for the person who is missing this episode. And for those who watch the YouTube channel, you'll see what I did. But oh my God, I almost died. But you guys, 100. I had this goal in my head the whole time. Way back from the initiation with Ashley Ackley, I can't thank Ashley enough. We struggled to do the cohesion thing because I am absolute not perfectionist, but I expect people's best. And that sounds like a dick thing to say. I want you to do what I know you're capable of. And Ashley was so stretched thin and so just had a million different things in the fire. She wasn't living up to the expectations that I set for her. And that's what I knew she could do. And I called her effing lazy. And that's why she left the podcast. That is the true story of it all. I am demanding as all hell, and I'm a control freak. But I can't thank Ashley enough for helping me start this whole thing. It all started on just a random whatever day. Why'd you quit Brabcast? And she said why. She couldn't get guests. And I can't speak why she couldn't guess, but I said, let me try. And then it happened right around a couple years ago this time. I figured if I'm going to start this thing, we got to get one of the originals. And I know he'd already been on Moped Monday, but I'm like, I got to reach out to Simon King just to see if he'll do it. Because I didn't know anybody in mopeds. I really didn't. I had just come from Tampa. The world was starting to shut down. And I said, screw it. And then he got back to me. And then I let Ashley know. And then I let the thing kind of settle. And then Ashley got to me one day and said, are we doing this or not? You got to come over. So I went over. We did a practice episode. And I knew from that very first attempt of a podcast, it was going to be temporary. But we did the best we could with what we had. And I can't, again, thank Ashley enough. And I kept telling everybody I had a huge surprise for everyone who listened to the podcast. So I want to get my dates right because this is time sensitive for everybody in the moped world. We are in the month of March. I can't say that fucking word. The month of March, and March 10th at midnight, and it stops at 11th at the following. It goes for 10th and 11th. Treats will be having a Second Chance podcast exclusive sale, 15% off. So I reached out to Treats and they said, we're going to do this, but we're not posting it on our website. We're going to give you a code and it'll be 15% off. And I'm like, I was so humbled and flattered because I still feel like the biggest dork, dweeb, whatever you want to call them, mopeds. I am still on fire about this. I fucking love it. And I know that can rub some people the wrong way at times because I want to ride mopeds. I want to do it. I want to blast. I want to go fast on stock bikes. I want to go slow on fast bikes, dude. I said that backwards because I'm crazy. But I can't wait. I can't wait for fucking the Daggers Rally because I feel that's gonna be huge. Like a few of my friends and I were talking. Actually, one friend and I were talking. Jake Kane. we think that's going to be a pretty big rally, but unfortunately right now I think the numbers are a little low. So if you haven't registered yet, register for the rally and pay them, please, guys. 100 episodes. I'm still fucking I can't believe this shit. 100 episodes. You guys have listened. Actually, it's a lot more than that, but that was my official count because of specials, twos, and whatever. But I'm calling this 100. I can't thank Jason, Thomas, and Ashley enough for all the support they've given me from Moped Monday podcast. I can't thank Ashley Ackley enough, the Brapcast herself, the original. And there's some gems in there too. If you have never listened, go back and listen. There's, Ashley gets a little crap, but Ashley did some good in there. And I can't thank all of you enough, because if it wasn't for every single listen, and I promise you, they all matter to me, I'd just be some freaking dweeb in the basement talking to himself on a computer. So I can't thank you guys enough. And I reached out to a few friends, and I will say friends, because I have made some good moped friends. I have friends outside of mopeds, but I've made some good moped friends. And I reached out to this person, and she said, I don't have a good story. I'm like, shut up. But the great thing about this person is, whenever I've needed something from her, she says, okay. Like, there's never been a hesitation. And that's what you get from people in mopeds. So I'm just going to have my guest, my friend, introduce herself right now.
Hi guys. My name is Jess. I live in Charleston, South Carolina. From Minnesota, so I guess that's where me and Jim bonded the most, but
we never met in Minnesota, though. That's the problem.
We never met in Minnesota.
And what club do you represent? What club are you? What squad are you representing?
I am in Smog Squad.
Right on, right on. All right, Jessica, we're going to go through it, even though you know the routine. Here on Second Chance Moped Podcast, we go through people's moped journeys. What happened I eat the very first time they ever saw a moped, the smile ride, moped journey, what's like today. And we're going to get talking about our friendship, don't worry. But let me ask you, Jessica, what was your very first memory of a moped? Not necessarily getting on, but like you can conceptually know, I saw a moped for the first time.
Well, in South Carolina, it's mostly scooters. First time I guess I saw a moped or rode a moped was when I met Conan. He was working on this like green, like army green Tomos, called the 666 head. I was the only one out of like me and another girl we worked with to ride it. Rode it, came back, instant smile on my face. Nice. Typical smile ride.
Yeah. That's rad. You grew up, now if I know my history about you a little bit, you grew up around two-wheel vehicles a little bit. I mean, I know your dad was military, if I remember correctly, but like he always had motorcycles, didn't he?
Yeah, so I always grew up around Harleys. My dad's like an old 70s biker, so Harleys is just the bike he rides. Yeah. But he kind of military, but went AWOL with one of his friends to go see a show.
Nice. I don't know why I had it. Yeah. Okay. I knew there was military in there because I 90% pay attention to conversations.
Yeah. Well, it's okay.
Potato. No worries. So you saw that, and now let me ask you this. Were you and Conan seeing each other at the time? Or were you guys, how'd you, like, you two are so intertwined. I want to keep your story individualized, but I know it's so, yeah.
So I think at the time we weren't dating, but very shortly after we started dating.
So you dated a guy because of his Tomos?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you dated a guy because so there's always hope for you, Tomos people. I'm just saying.
Tomos are great.
No, I'm fucking with that. They are. I'm looking for a little TX or a Calibre. Cheap though, people. Cheap. I'm broke.
You need a frame? We got one.
I talked to Conan. Let's go back to your story though. Like I've been talking. So you saw that little green one. You got on it, smile ride. How long did it take you? Like, and hey, you been on? You said your dad was an old '70s biker, like, but had you really rode much before that, or anything like that?
No. Like I rode dubs with my dad a bunch. But I've never been on a bike myself.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I rode a bike was with Conan in like Conan's bike in 2015, I want to say. So I'm very new to actually riding bikes.
Okay, right on. Man, that was 7 years ago, so you're not that new anymore. Yeah, it's an instant. So you got on that bike, had the smile ride. How long did it take you to get your own?
Oh, geez. I don't think very long after we started dating. After the ride, I think we started dating like the beginning of the next year.
Okay.
And then after that, it was only a few months. I got my first bike.
What was your first bike?
Oh, geez. It was like a 2001 Tomo Streetmate R.
It's not a terrible first bike. It's it's okay.
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great.
I mean, there's much worse bikes to have. It's not like you had a fucking Columbia Commuter or like the non G3 Sax.
Very, very much worse bikes. Shortly after we bought it, I took it apart, spray painted it, and then after that, we chopped it up.
Nice. Would you go with the spray paint murder black or?
No, it was like a light lavender color.
Okay, right on. You always, yeah. I just had something pop into my head for half a second, but never mind. So you got that street mate. You sprayed it out. You chopped it. What did you guys do when you chopped it? Did you?
So when we chopped it, we put like this old seat that my dad had for a bike. I can't remember what motorcycle seat it was supposed to be for.
Mm-hmm.
But we put that seat on there. So we cut Streetmate, under the long seat, there's the tank.
Yep.
We took the top of the tank off, so it's pretty much useless. So we put the motorcycle seat on there and then took that faux tank off.
Yep.
And put a big red tank on there.
Okay. Which is such a Tomos almost does something. Well, Tomos almost does things right, and then they're like, "What? Like that tank?" Don't get. Whatever. Well,
I mean, the faux tank of the Streetmate is pretty great. You can fit like a whole 24 rack.
I was gonna say that I was kind of withdrawn because you can fill a.
Yeah, it's pretty good faux tank out of all of the faux tanks you could possibly have.
Yeah. You're right about that. There's that Scorpion. I think it's a Scorpion moped that was made in Minnesota that has like a complete it's got a V1 motor. I'm blanking on it. I can see it in my head. You can actually lift the whole thing up. Hi, Conan.
Oh, here's Conan.
Jim, I have a Scorpion right here.
I have a Scorpion right here.
Hi, I got your Scorpion right here, Mickey.
Him gently.
Yeah, hey. Mickey and Conan over here. But Mickey just bought the Scorpion. It's just the frame of the Scorpion, but it's got a ZA50 on it.
But didn't she hit something with it?
A bulldozer. Yeah.
I'm in the Spicy Boys chat. I heard something about it.
Yeah, I mean the bulldozer put up quite the fight.
But unharmed, hopefully.
Yes, the bulldozer was unharmed.
Okay, that's the important thing here. I mean,
the bike was relatively unharmed. You just had to turn the wheel to straighten the forks.
Hey, not that big a deal. No worries.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So yeah, that Street Made R, you chopped it, you did some rad stuff, and like you guys, that's what I love about you guys. You're always tinkering, always have to make it uniquely your own. What was your like? What was your first group ride? What was first? Your first rally or group ride, or like? I know there wasn't much of a scene in your area till Conan really kind of started getting stuff kicked off over there.
Yeah, so we first lived in North Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely no scene except for scooters,
Yep.
aka liquor sickles.
Yep.
Um, there wasn't much of a scene down here until we moved to Charleston. But my first rally was the Black Rally in 2016, where we went to the NASCAR.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
It's funny because I always heard Jason lived, and I know he didn't live at his house at that point, but I always knew, or he said he lived near the racetrack. Well, when I left Richmond this year, for some reason, I still had my GPS on moped routes, basically avoid highway and all that stuff. I left
Yep.
Thomas and Ashley's house. Somehow I went by Jason's house, and then somehow I went by the racetrack, and I did that. I did no highways for like 3 hours. So that
Oh,
was that was a fun little jaunt around the countryside.
yeah. That'll take you some fun places.
Actually, I did get a malt in this one town in Virginia that I couldn't tell you the name of it, but it was really good, and their fries weren't bad either. But anyways, back to your story. ADD,
Chocolate milkshake. That sounds delicious.
dude.
I was thinking about chocolate milkshake earlier today.
Nice. I'm a huge fan of the banana malts, though. Like that's still kind of my go-to jam. I don't know why, especially like they slice the real banana in.
Yeah. No real bananas.
Well, hey, potato. Everybody's got their thing. You go to that black rally in Richmond. What did you think about that at first? Like that, had you been in any big group rides up until that point?
No. At that point it was mostly just like me and Conan riding around.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had like maybe one friend that rode with us sometimes, but not very often. But it mainly just me and Conan. So when that rally happened, he's like, "We're gonna go to this rally." I was like, "Cool, awesome, that sounds fun." We get there, and I am just amazed by the amount of people on mopeds and just like in that lot. It was definitely a strange experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the first time you get in any type of group ride is pretty, at least for me, it was very I felt home. Like that was kind of like smelling all that 2-cycle, and like it
Yeah.
was something in my life that I had been missing for 20 years. And like
Yeah. At that time I wasn't a very good rider, but like riding in that group, it felt so organized.
mm-hmm.
This is the only way I can describe it, even though moped rides are never organized or like
Yep.
but it was just nice.
It's something, and especially you're a rider, and riders always it feels soothing in some weird way being in a big pack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I have no great cheesy name for it. It's just soothing is all it is for me.
Yeah, like the bigger the pack, the nicer it is. Because when you go on like group rides here, I think at most it's maybe like 6 people.
Yeah.
And it feels weird. Because even though these people have been riding for like a few years now, it's like it's still not as in sync as a big group ride.
Mm-hmm. For me, I can be an asshole. I'll be the first one to admit it. In like the local group rides, because I kind of know everybody and I really trust myself for riding, so I can get a little gnarly. We'll say I pass. I pass a lot of people, and I know like some people don't care for that. But like,
I've passed so many people, probably like way too close for their comfort. But yeah, sometimes I can definitely ride like an asshole. But
But know what?
it's what I'm comfortable with doing. But like I know some people in the group rides, they're definitely not comfortable with it and they get spooked.
I've never felt uncomfortable about you. Like even when Conan's coming up blasting to my right and I'm on a stock bike, like whatever. Like I trust you guys. Like yeah, you guys are like. It's not like a scooter ride where you're freaking parade route and like you pass somebody because you're gonna run over them going up a hill and like yeah, those can be a trip sometimes.
Yep. Ugh.
On the black rally, what did you do? Did you go to the brewery or did you go to the amusement park? Or no. I know enough about the rallies in Richmond. It was a NASCAR one, totally different rally. I apologize. So
I was gonna say there was an amusement park during that ride. I don't remember that.
I think yeah. But so yeah, you start doing that. You go to your first out of town rally and you're freaking stoked 2016ish. Like that year, did you guys make it out to any other bigger rallies? I think Buzzers were still doing Blast the Bridges or whatever. Or like what were some of your bigger stuff you did early on? Like the first, we don't have to keep it all in the first year, but like your first couple years of Mopeds, like what was that like for you?
I mean, we pretty much tried to go to the rallies that were close to us on the East Coast. I don't really remember what other rallies during 2016 we went to. But we've been to the Smog rides every year in Richmond and New Orleans. Sorry, there's dogs in the garage, so
it's okay.
Smog rides in Richmond and New Orleans. For the most part,
what was that like for you? Like, had you? We'll go back. How I know. What was first, New Orleans or Smog for you? Like, I know you're in Smog, but like, did you go to New Orleans the first time before you were in Smog, or were you in Smog already and then went to New Orleans?
So Smog rides before we got into Smog.
So let me ask you, what was your first experience of riding mopeds in New Orleans? What was that like for you?
Oh God. So many potholes. The first year we went to New Orleans, one of my teeth was falling apart, so I was in severe pain.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told everyone it looks like I'm in pain, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
But going to New Orleans, I feel at home every time I go.
That city I absolutely fell in love with. And like I was talking to Scott who did the barbecue this year, and like I don't drink, guys. Like everybody on this podcast knows that. Like I do the 12-step deal. Like I fucking felt I say this all the time, and I'm like that person. Oh, I love this person, and I'm all over. Like there is some character or soul to that city that I just I loved. Like that city is so rad, and like riding there is so technical. We'll say, like people say potholes or whatever, but like it's technical.
Yeah, it's technical because you have to avoid the potholes.
You have to stay on your shit. Like it's rad. I love it. So you did NOLA with the bad tooth. What bike did you bring down there? That's my next question.
I brought the chopped up Street Mate.
Right on. Was that a comfy route? What was that, a blaster bike, or was that just a nice 35-40 mile an hour bike?
I think it did 45 because it was the A55 Tomos engine with the PHVA carburetor on there. So not great.
No, but still,
it was like for the most part stock.
Yeah.
Other than like, nah.
A thing here, a thing there. But like, I was basically riding I don't think you want more than 50 mile an hour in New Orleans because you'll probably get yourself into a lot of trouble. Like, especially
no.
the first. What?
It's so fun.
Well, like the first time being there, I should say. Like,
Yeah, first time being there, no.
you don't
Definitely
need a
not.
blaster. Like, at least that's for me. And I've crashed in many different cities.
45 in New Orleans first time is plenty.
Yeah. I hear Mickey laughing in the background when I said that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen it.
She can confirm she's seen you crash.
Yeah. Well, we'll have Mickey do a run in here, tell everybody how many feet I flew down in Kansas City.
You'll have that. I actually wasn't there for that, but I heard all the stories. Maybe
Shit.
I was.
Shit happens. All right, but
You'll buff out.
Yeah, it'll buff out. It's fine.
yeah, it did. And that bike's still fast as fuck. But anyways, back to Jess. So you go to New Orleans, like that's a hell of a long ride. How far is that for you guys? Like almost 16 hours, 20 hours?
So from Myrtle, it was like a 13 and a half, 14 hour ride.
Okay.
Drive. Now I think it's 11, 12.
That's not bad. I was thinking it was way farther than that for some reason.
No, it's not a great ride.
It's, you know what? Go through Indiana. That's what I have to say. That's a terrible ride.
Not fun.
No, it's terrible.
Just driving through Minnesota isn't great.
God damn. Hey, know what is better than? South Dakota. That's what I'm going to say.
Ah.
What are we talking about, Jim?
He said driving through Minnesota is better than driving through South Dakota.
It's because you can't survive the Badlands.
You can't either. You left, Mickey.
I came to explore, mother. See, I'm being polite. I came to learn.
She came to be close to me and Conan.
It's true. Okay, but we'll get back to Jess's podcast.
I forgot how loud that impact was.
You know what? The noise canceling really took a lot of that out, so it's not that big a deal. So you did New Orleans. You and Conan are kind of doing your thing. What what was it like? Did you two talk about getting this Smog together, or like how did that whole deal go for you guys? Like, did you have to ask, or I know Conan talked about it on his little show, and I apologize again to Conan because like that was during a weird time in the podcast, and I was still trying to figure out what the F I was doing. But like, how did you start prospecting?
So Conan has been friends with Stubbs for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of knew he was getting prospected in. And he kept telling me about that, and I was like, oh, it's fucking awesome. I had no idea. Me and Nicole had no clue that we were getting prospected in. So that night, we got prospected in, and I love the Smog boys so goddamn much. They've always been family. So get prospected in, they call Conan's name and my name, and I'm like, oh my god, like kind of fangirling, like start tearing up, like just in love, because it was just so unexpected.
Yeah, I can say from my experience with Zach and Stubbs, like I've only talked to those guys for like 15, 20 minutes tops, but like two super rad, nice guys. And like love everyone and love all them smoggy doggies. Like,
all of Smog, they're just all super awesome, like rad dudes. And ladies. I gotta throw Kelly in there because Kelly's a human.
Kelly's, I was like, thank God you said Kelly's name, because Kelly is so awesome, so nice. I had her on the show, and like I gotta bring her back because like I feel like I cut her off and didn't get all of her story out. So like that's gonna have to be a revisit one of these days. Kelly is so Kelly's Kelly's rad. That's all I can say. So what
And
was?
she helped create the COVID vaccine.
Yep, the Moderna one. Yeah.
Yep.
Like she started
Yeah.
talking about that a little bit, and I'm like, oh my god, and she's so
Heck
awesome. Like, I know some smart people, and Kelly's very smart, and like, yeah, when smart people start talking smart, I can hold with them for like a second, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna nod
Yep.
and smile now.
Science.
Science. So you start prospecting, like, you don't have to go any major details, don't worry. But like, what was prospecting like for you, in Smog?
Super chill. So in Smog, the rules say like you have to build your own bike, and like do some other stuff. But at the time, I only had one bike, which was the Tomos I've been riding around for a couple of years now, like the A35 Tomos with like the pink accents. Sold it, don't have it anymore. A little salty, but whatever.
I hear you
But-
got a few TX frames in the garage that you can maybe start working on.
I do not want to build a TX.
TXs are so fun.
We put my engine on a TX frame with the stock 10-inch tires, and it did not go fast. Did not go fast. But at the time, I was still like already building my bike to go like faster and faster. So that was my build. But it was just a super chill like prospect period.
Right on. So how many, like, timeline, like, how long was it? Was it a year hard line, or was it like 18 months, or like just kind of a year-ish, and you guys, like, what?
Yeah, I think it was about like a year-ish. So we got prospected in during Smogorama, and then the next year at our rally, we got fully patched in.
Now, where was Smogorama? Where was that? Like, I know you guys are spread out around the country right now. Like,
Yep.
where was each one? That's my question.
So Smogorama was in Richmond. It was the the like scavenger hunt.
Okay.
So that was Smogorama in Richmond, and then the next year it was in New Orleans. And like our home base was at Sea Cave. If anyone remembers that rally, I was going around hustling people to buy tickets.
It's generally not that hard to sell tickets at a moped rally, because, like, yeah, generally people just want to give money to the rally anyways. So, but I'm sure you sold many because you are a hustler.
I did sell many. I did sell.
And did you have any cute games like arm length so much, or penis size, or so like most of the guys would be like 2 tickets? Ticket and a
Yeah,
half.
most of the time penis size would be 2 tickets.
Yeah.
No, I think Conan brought the Lomos down. So like we would do like ticket length, like the length of his Lomos.
Okay.
There was another one, and I can't quite remember what it was. But I know there were some deals happening.
That's always great when you have the deals.
Oh yeah.
So you got did you know at what rally did you get patched in at? Was it, you said Smogorama is where you got prospected, but what was it called when you got patched in?
Oh my god, I can't even remember the rally name.
Jess, you can't remember your patching rally? What the hell?
Sorry. What was the rally we got patched in at? I know it was New Orleans 2019, but what was it called? The Sea Cave?
The one I didn't make.
None of us can remember.
You guys are terrible.
We're horrible.
Terrible.
I have a horrible memory.
It's true, but we're gonna keep running with it. So you got patched in.
Yep.
How many members of Smog? You, Conan, but did Nicole get patched in as well, or was there a whole bunch of you guys getting patched in at that rally?
Yeah, so me and Nicole and Conan got patched in. So for that whole year, there were only 3 of us prospects.
Right on.
And right now, there's 2 prospects that we have.
Right on. Let me ask you this: in Richmond, there's a garage with a great mural on it. Whose is that? It says Smog on there.
Yep, that is Rob's house.
Okay.
That's his garage. Yep.
Okay.
Crud City painted that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It's so freaking awesome.
yeah, dude. Like, I'm thoroughly like that's everything that it's like Chevy Thunder, Heartbeat of America, 1987 kind of graphics, and I love it.
Yep, and before that, the painting on there was like a cowgirl, I think in space or something. But I want to say Crud City also did that as well.
No,
Yeah.
okay. I'm rather ignorant to everybody in the scene. Who's Crud City? What is Crud City? Is it a
No
person?
idea. It is
Okay.
a person, but he's just an artist, a local written artist.
Right on. I think I might have just followed him today. On Instagram. Anyways, doesn't matter. So you guys So you guys get patched in. It's rad. It's great. 2019 end of the year. You're all hip top, ready to go. And that's where I kind of come into the scene because the next probably rally you guys hit was Tampa. And was that your next rally you hit? We're not going to go into the idiocy of the organizer of that because everybody knows, but I just want to talk about how good things came from a bad situation. Because
I think Tampa happened in February,
March, like it was end of February, I want to say.
Okay, I think we hit Freeze Your Balls Off before that and then went to Tampa.
What was Freeze Your Balls Off?
That's always in Raleigh. Scooter guys
okay.
Put it on. Always normally happens in February.
Right on. Yeah. But
short ride, but fun nonetheless.
Yeah, it's how cold is it during that ride generally? Like 45, 50? Or is it generally freezing actually?
It depends on the year. So sometimes it's like 45, 50. Sometimes it's in the 30s. North Carolina, South Carolina weather is you can never predict it.
Well, and that's the thing about it. Like just because Minnesota is dumb and it rained all yesterday and then we got 6 inches somehow last night, I woke up to like everybody gets used to their winter and it is what it is. Like, yeah, it is what it is, as they say. But I remember the first time we met was in the parking lot next to and I have a stupid memory for people and details. I met Conan first. He sold his Tomos to a kid in Tampa, and he bought it from Nick from the Cranks, I believe, and then sold it a little bit later. And then you and I met right over by, I think, Frankie and Alexa were working on a bike, and you said, "You're from Minnesota, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I heard your accent," and like that was our initial meeting. So I'm a dork because I remember stupid things like that.
No, I'm a sucker for people from Minnesota.
Oh, thank you. So the Tampa thing happened. The world which is awesome. It happened because I got to meet so many fucking rad people, and it was like I tell people all the time about that rally, any idiot, and an idiot did, can throw a rally in Florida in February and have it be a success because everybody wants to get out of the cold. Everybody wants to get out. Like there was so many Northerners there. Like Galati was there, Koi Pond was there, the Cranks were there. Like we're all like, dude, it's 50 degrees. Who cares? It's not cold.
Yeah, same with like Moped Spring Break. So many Northerners. So many.
Yeah. Mickey was there. Yeah.
Yep, and Mickey was there, but it's like we need to get out of the cold.
Yeah, it's
Moped Spring Break.
Oh yeah, that was nice and toasty.
Yeah. Definitely warm during the day.
Oh yeah. So Moped World shut down. Rona happened. So like, what was it like for you during like the COVID times? Like in mopeds, where you guys just, I mean, it was what it was, but like, what'd you do a lot during a lot of it for mopeds?
For mopeds, not a whole lot. South Carolina was kind of like its own world, because we didn't really shut down. At least where we are. Like, I still went to work every day.
Oh,
It
same
sucked.
here. Yeah.
It sucked because a lot of my friends like didn't get to go to work and like still got like that stimulus money
Mm-hmm.
top of unemployment, and it's like, man, like I'm making so much less going to work than like not going to work.
Yeah,
But
that's definitely a bummer.
yeah, moped wise, like I guess like it's kind of the same as it is now. Like we rode mopeds, but like not a whole lot with our friends. Because like our friends down here are like in their late 30s, 40s, and they have like their own lives. Like uh, Denise and Zach, those beautiful humans,
Yes,
have
they are.
their kid. And then Dan and Jessa like have their house that they're still working on. So it's like everyone's doing their own thing. We all still sometimes ride mopeds. It's awesome when they come out. But yeah, it's kind of the same, I guess.
Yeah. I remember I got to come. I was so itching to get out and do stuff because of the podcast, and I was meeting people, and I was still on fire. I got to go that ride Conan through. It would have been end of the year 2020, I believe. It would have been Charlie, Becca, and I showed up where Timo had his little motorcycle accident. That's like that was a bummer, and I'm glad Timo's okay today.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that was. But you know, everything came off. I had a really good burrito. And speaking of Zach, I was like, I don't know. I wasn't annoyed with anything really, but like I was waiting in line, and like that boy eats like a pigeon, so he doesn't eat a lot. And he's like, dude, I'm so full. And this is during COVID. And I'm going to tell this story now because, like, everything's okay. He's like, and I was starving. So he's like, dude, do you want my burrito? I'm like, yes. And I just grabbed it from him and just like, and I think I probably had another burrito because, like, I eat. That's what I do. Yeah, probably not the smartest thing to do, but, you know, it was what it was. You know, Zach's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then during spring break, you and Conan like went whole Lady and the Tramp on that burrito.
Yeah, I mean, I was half vaxxed up. I mean, there's got to be. I got that picture somewhere.
Oh, I still have it.
Oh,
I
that's
still
great.
have it.
Somewhere there's a video of me and Maddie Bo in a shower together because, like, I just wanted to shower, like, at the hotel. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I don't
I think
remember who.
Conan has that video actually, or did.
I
Like,
think he does.
okay, so, um, that's I don't know why I had to bring that up all of a sudden. So, audience, if that comes out and whatever. Um, you guys, I lost total train of thought for half a second. Um, what rallies did you guys get to hit during 2021? You talked about Moped Spring Break, the great job, and the awesome ride that was. And and 4th of July, I know you guys hit the end of Baker's. You and I were kind of ships passing in the night a lot. Like we kept on like saying hi and hi, and like we were literally going the opposite direction every time at Thomas and Ashley's new place. We cut Jessica cut out for a half a second, and we're gonna just sit here and banter. And now her microphone's off, and I'm going to sit here and push pause for a half a second while I wait for Jess to come back. We're back. Okay, folks. Jess's phone died. Conan ran out of gas, and guess what, Conan? She's gonna be here until we're done because
as I always say, before you leave, fill up with gas. And you live like 2 blocks from a gas station. And
Really, although to be fair, he took the Magnum he's been working on, so I don't think he thought to fill that up with gas.
well, I think there's a thing about working on mopeds. When you're tuning them, gas goes away. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but like you get on, like you'll make 2-3 rides and then like couple mile rides and like the gas evaporates.
Well, yeah, you're also like taking the carb off and like
Yeah,
taking
filling the
gas
ball up.
carburetor, and that adds up.
Yeah.
It
So
adds
what
up.
let's rewind. We're back. You guys had your ride. We're at Richmond. What you last time we kind of met up with each other was down in NOLA. You didn't get to ride much that weekend because Nicole was having her bachelorette party, which was hilarious. I
Yep.
kept on trying to Venmo you guys money, but like my phone wouldn't read it. So like I was trying to do it on the sneak. I really was gonna like throw you guys some cash, but like I'm like, and then you guys ran off and the QR code would go away.
I think Nicole got some of the money you sent her, if I'm correct.
Good. Maybe?
I think.
Let's hope.
I
If
believe
not,
so.
Nicole, next time I see you, I'll buy you a drink. How about that?
Yeah.
So, whatever. I can't thank you enough for Sunday when Mark and I had to kill some time. You took us, both of us who were kind of strangers to NOLA. You
Yep.
took us wandering around the French Quarter. Got my
Your tarot cards read.
yeah,
Yep.
I just remembered what I need to not worry about because I don't know if fortunes are like fortune cookies where you're not supposed to tell people, but like I'm
No.
okay. Well, like I'm
No.
worried about something I was told not to worry about. So like which is silly to me. Like I'm still
Also-
going to be hush about it. Like just how I'm going to pull money off for Baker's dozen and everything. But know what?
Yeah.
I'm a worrywart, even though I make plenty and things are going to be fine.
Well,
yeah.
tarot cards are like essentially like what's happening to you. I mean, you can do like different like tarot card spreads, but I think she did like a present time spread, and the futures change all of the time, just depending on your actions. Especially with tarot cards. Those sassy assholes. Yeah.
It's funny. But for like 2022 right now, the season's kind of kicking off. Like, what are your plans? Your and Conan's plans? What's up with you guys for mopeds for 2022?
So right now, we're going to the Savannah rally that the Trash Pandas are putting on, their first official rally.
Yep.
We've done rides with those boys a lot. They're great. So we're doing that. Oh my gosh, what else are we doing?
Are you guys gonna make the Dagger rally?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing the Dagger rally. I think that's it so far.
Yeah. Have you ever been up to Philly for a Legion rally?
Oh yeah, I'll never forget.
I got some news for everybody, and like I'm an outsider to those guys, and like I can't say this enough. Like Binks is a real genuine human being. I love that boy. Binks's wife does all the catering for the Legion rallies, so like everybody pokes fun. Dude, shit happens. Like, and now I told that like I'm not gonna be that guy. I wasn't there, so I don't have the right to give them crap. If I was there, I would have the right, but I'm not going to. Yeah, and as for the levy, shit happens. I guess learn how to swim, buzzards. Okay, you're adults. Yeah.
By now you should know how to swim, but
yeah,
I am in fear of water.
Yeah. What do you see? Like, mopeds is such a weird thing because, like, I'm a person that like will look at the I'm trying to word something correctly the way I want to word it. I get trapped in my head. You always hear about people saying how mopeds used to be and how this could have been, or like how they used to have 300 moped rallies. Like,
Yeah.
where do you see mopeds going? Like, what do you think is the future of this? Do you think it's still going to be like the same? Because I feel like you guys do a good job of trying to include people and like keep young people in.
Yeah, we try, and maybe not young people. We've gotten a lot of the skateboard guys into mopeds here. That's also mainly because of Jody, who is one of our Smog prospects who now lives in Richmond. But we try and have rides all the time, because like we love riding mopeds.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the future of mopeds goes, I have no idea. No clue.
Yeah, and
No
it's
idea.
just mopeds. I don't think we should stress
Yeah.
about it too much.
It's just
Yeah.
although like gas prices are going up, so
Everybody,
driving cars anymore. We might all be on mopeds. I don't know. I have no idea.
everybody early on, I don't know if people remember this or not. I talk about old man Merlin, who taught me a lot about welding and manufacturing and stuff like that. He called me up today. He's like, Jim, I need a moped. I'm like, you want to buy? No, I don't want to buy shit from you, Jim. He goes, I've been keeping a running tally all of your life, and I'm calling it in. You're gonna get me. I'm like, Merlin, I'm not getting. What tally are you talking about? All those meals I ate, I paid for most of that food. That's beside the point, Jim. I was with you. I am worth it. Like, he's trying to get me to borrow him a moped because he lives 4 miles from work.
He's trying to do the good old barter system there with the mopeds.
He's from Iowa, so like he's cheap too. And I'm like, Merlin, I'm not giving you a goddamn moped. And he's like, hold it. Like, he just called bust my balls for like 20 minutes when I was in the middle of 4 different moped things anyways. But
dear God.
that made me, just you talk about the gas price deal, like, you know, again, stuff we can't control, stuff I'm not going to worry about right now.
Yeah.
How about
it's still like $3.50 here.
yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta go let Mickey in the gate. So pause.
Okay, we're gonna pause and I'm gonna banter a little bit. You go let Mickey in. I'm gonna talk amongst the
podcast listeners. So sorry.
Yep. And for everybody who is still listening right now, I'm going to try to sneak in. There's a code you have to use for the treat sale I was talking about. And if I was a good podcaster, I'd have this already prepared, pulled up. It is March 10th and the 11th for the treats sale. And I am trying to look it up quickly, but my phone is halfway dying. And I'm going to say this because I am a dork and that's what I do. And that's how I am. And I'm just trying to figure out that's not it. I think Jess is going to be coming back anytime now. And really, I'm just trying to banter a little bit. So we'll just see how this all goes while Jess is looking all this up. And I think I have it. Jess is not back yet. I'm going to try. My phone is just being so pathetically slow right now. 24 hours, 48 hours, 10th to 11th. I'm telling you that. No problems on the date. I'm trying to read this stuff before Jess gets back. Second chance is the code you will need for the 15% off sale on March 10th to 11th. Hi, Mickey is now in the picture.
Hi.
Mickey, how's mopeding down in South Carolina?
So goddamn fast. All right, I gotta go.
So, Mickey, come back.
Why?
Since we're on the 100th episode of Second Chance, a Moped podcast, do you want to tell everybody how you and I met in Kansas City?
Why do I? Oh, my van, my. So I have this 1985 Dodge Prospector van 250, and so I was riding Roy Scarborough's bike, and it crapped out like a block away from the rally spot. So like Kent's dad and I like got dropped back off, and so like I was angry that everybody else was riding and nobody else was riding. So me and all the gals like hopped into my van because Katie's crazy. Awesome, and has Drew Flynn on a pet tracker. So we caught up to everybody, and then everybody was like breaking down, and the chase vehicle was completely filled. So me having a giant fucking van with a couch in it, decided to put all the humans in it. So like having drinking beers and driving around KC as you will, I had 16 different people in the Big Bertha Blue electric death van too.
Yes.
Hence the name. All 16 people almost died when the brakes went out.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
Yeah. So the brakes went out in Kansas City, and anybody that knows Kansas City knows it can be kind of a hilly city. And I just basically said, Mickey, I'm not getting back in that van. I have family, and I want to see them again. So again, second chance is your code for Treatland on 10th and 11th. They're just wandering around. Tell Jessica to come back. We're gonna hit Mickey. Tell Jessica to come back. And we are out. And this podcast is just as typical as all the other podcasts.
Try to find
And we're back again because this is So Mopeds. We're actually recording this on a Sunday because I wanted to have a friend on this episode. And it's Mopeds because you know what? Things are falling apart, and that's okay. Because the early days of this podcast has taught me patience because I would freak out on any little thing. And I'm just like, whatever. It's just going to happen.
You're doing good. Also trying to find 2 Nalgene bottles in this garage
Can you message Conan that I did make it?
is fun.
Yeah. So Jess, we'll get wrapping this up a little bit. So for you, Andy Stoughton. Anyways, Andy from the Zeros, awesome guy, great guy. If you haven't been to
Met him, not sure.
you'd know Andy if you met him. If the Zeros have a rally this year, I know it's a bit of a jaunt for you guys. Toledo is a terrible city. I love it. I'm sorry. It's terrible. I love you guys. I love Andy. I love everybody at the Zeros. I love Jared, everybody. But there's no downtown because Mars and I looked for it for a day and a half. We couldn't find downtown. But the Zeros are great people, and that'd be a fun city to ride in. So I can't recommend go enough whenever the Zeros actually have a rally. But
Okay.
Andy pointed it out, and you said Smog has 2 prospects right now. If you're not growing your club's dying. Well, at least that I'm paraphrasing. Those aren't necessarily his words.
I mean, for these past 2 years, it's been hard for all mopeds. So
Mm-hmm. Mickey is doing high fives now, and we got muted, but that's okay.
if it's out of that gas can, it's pre-mixed.
Are you ever?
The one with the funnel. Yeah. Mopeds are great.
It's just mopeds.
Mopeds are so fun, guys. The best.
The best. Are you yourself ever looking for prospects? Are you just kind of you're always a solid person who's there and like enjoyable to I feel like I'm giving you backhanded compliment after backhanded compliment, but I don't mean to.
Well, Minnesotans are like we're nice, but we're also passive aggressive, so I get it.
I'm not trying to be passive aggressive. Passive aggressive is like I can do that. Like my question is, are you pursuing younger riders as in like prospecting?
I also think Minnesotans are like pros at the left-handed compliment.
But you have a South Dakotan to help you out.
But South Dakota to help me out.
Fight you.
let you win because I don't hit girls.
As far as a prospect for me, I don't know. I might have one in mind.
Right on. And like you keep that to you. That's just like I'm always wondering. Like that's always fascinating to me. Like how clubs grow, how like what the standard is. Like, yeah. I always think like I always find it weird, and I'm probably gonna get myself in trouble because that's what I do with my opinions and thoughts. Like, I've known people in clubs that like they're in this, and I'm talking like in the Midwest, like they're in a moped club, but I haven't seen them on a moped in 2 years. It's like, why are you in a moped club? And like, what are?
I mean, so before Conan got his prospect, I thought I would have had a prospect in mind, but like lives, life happens, shit happens. But I've never really thought about having a prospect before. And the prospects, what is the fucking word? I've lost the word. I've
all right.
lost the word. I lose words all the goddamn time. But to be a prospect in Smog, we have to take it to a club vote first. And like if everyone agrees, then prospect. If not, no prospect. So that's the prospect situation, I guess. We'll just use that word. I don't.
Right on. Hey, no worries. Yeah, like what's your right now? What bike are you riding?
Right now, my only bike is the NS50.
Okay.
Because I sold my off for a really cheap price for all of the Super Go Fast parts on it. Very upset as to how much I sold it for.
Hey, no, what the thing about it is, it comes around.
I don't know about that here, but
Karma.
It's a Tomos. I can always rebuild another one super easy.
But so like let me tell you this, Jess, like I believe in the moped karma, not necessarily in your hometown or whatever, but like even in your hometown. Like, so some of the reason why I went to I drove 10.5 hours to a swap meet. Why? Because I want to see different moped people and I love the zeros. But like I was supposed to buy a bike for the Baker's Dozen a year and a half ago from, I don't want to throw them under the bus because like I think that's just a dick. I'm not going to, because like I have a platform that I try to throw a little positivity out. But it was somebody who is not, he's not a casseroler, I'll say that, but he's in another club in Minneapolis area that may, anyways. I had cash in hand and I'm like, dude, I'm coming to pick up the bike. We agreed on a price, ghosted me for like a year and a half. Like I literally had gone to the bank with cash in hand. So like, whatever. And then he was going to sell me a stock Hobbit for $250. Come around. So, and I found another one. It was a little rougher shape, but I paid $100 for it. Well, a year and a half later, Ed Manhart was coming up here. He was selling bikes. He's like, hey, I've got Hobbits. I'm like, I'll take the center one. That was the one I was going to buy anyways from that person in Minnesota. Ed sold it to me for $200. And then, so I got $50 off. And then I ended up trading that stock Hobbit that was pretty freaking clean for a pretty freaking clean maxi that you see to my left right there from Megan and Jared from the Zeros. So like moped karma, like good things happen to good people. And when you cut friends' breaks, like you'll get breaks back. I definitely believe in that. So don't hold on to that resentment.
I don't know if I'll get moped karma from this human, but like,
It comes, it circles, flat circles.
I don't know if I'll ever be over it, but like, it's whatever. It's not my bike anymore.
Hey,
not my problem.
It's not. But I can't thank you enough, Jess, for coming on Second Chance Moped Podcast. Because you're my friend, I'm going to privy you into some information that nobody else knows. We're going to have the Second Chance sale at Treatland March 10th and 11th, 15% off. The code you have to use is Second Chance.
That's easy to
Again,
remember.
The code you have to use is Second Chance. The number 2 NDCHANCE. All one word, 10th and the 11th. So anybody listening to this, March 10th and 11th, Treatland is having an exclusive sale for all Second Chance listeners. Again, the code is Second Chance. I wanted to do something special for the listeners who've listened to the episode. Some people tell me they've listened to every episode. I'm like, oh my God, dude, that's fucking rad. But I didn't want to mail anything out. I didn't want to have a drawing. I just didn't. This was the easiest deal. So I reached out to Treatland and they said yes. So I can't thank I'm not going to go through the list of people at Treatland because it's silly too, because whatever. They know who they are. I can't thank those people enough. And on a personal note, I can't thank Benji enough for the kind words he had to say to me last summer. I was really in a dark spot. I was really low point. Sir, thank you. Jess, you and Conan are some of my better moped friends I have. You guys have, whenever I needed something, you guys have been there for me. So again, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. And Jess, don't forget, mopeds are dumb.
Yeah, they are.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah.